I really don't think I should start this video with a beer and a cigar, but the crow just yelled at me too, like, no, you shouldn't. But hey, if you got an Earth Rider beer, great beer out of Superior, Wisconsin. Grab yourself a beer. We're going to have a fun little video talking about a new canteen that came out, the Mother Canteen Carrier, and actually, this is going to be asking you guys for some of your opinions on what we do next. All right, stand by. Let me put this out of the way and we'll get to the video. Woo! All right, and Mark, Centerline Systems, welcome boys and girls. You can see from some of our last videos, it's warm, but it's actually kind of cold, so it's a little chilly, but gonna have a down and dirty, fun video, and as I said in my little stupid intro, I want to talk about our Mother Canteen Carrier and a new canteen kit that's out there, kind of explain one or two things, and then hope and maybe get some feedback from you guys as to, like, maybe what we do going forward. So before I begin, I want to give a huge shout out to all the guys and gals, who reach out to me and buy our products or send me emails or give me shit. So a guy from Illinois named Steve, he and I have been talking over the last couple weeks, and it's not just Steve, there's a bunch of you guys that sent me emails talking about this new canteen that's out. Now, I'm just going to do a full disclaimer. I think there's 3 or 4 companies that are going to carry this canteen, right? So it's a manufacturer. There's one, I'm assuming this is how it is. It's being manufactured by one company overseas, but I think there's a couple different companies here in the States that are going to put their logo on it and carry it. But it's this, much more square canteen, right? So, and it's got 2 cups, a lid, and the canteen, and it's more square, but so it's, I don't want to call it a traditional USGI canteen, and that's why I got this out for, and I'll get to that in a second. But this is what we're going to talk about and how this fits into the Mother Canteen Carrier and maybe some ways forward and get some of your guys's and get some feedback. So a little backstory on the Mother Canteen Carrier. I know we've talked about this in the past, but it's worth throwing out. So when I first made this, it was because George from Puco Cutlery, but more importantly, Jason from Leicester River Bushcraft, matter of fact, a little plug for his gear right here. It's nice, but this is a nice jacket for this temperature. So I got a little boreal jacket on, but this was what, 5 years ago now. He was saying, hey, you should consider this, and we literally sat down, and based on my previous experience of how we modified our canteens when I was in the military, we did this on a napkin and came up with the Mother Canteen Carrier. Now, I designed this around a USGI. Now, I'm a big fan of Heavy Cover. I really like their canteens, titanium canteens. There are a couple different manufacturers, of a standard USGI style. I mean, Nalgene makes one. You can get the regular USGI. I've personally, over the last couple of years, purchased, 4 or 5 of these things. I think I got 5, and I gave one away as a gift. But I really like Heavy Cover's canteen. And I'm not comparing or contrasting. I'm not saying these things aren't good. This isn't mine. Steve from Illinois sent this up to me based on some of our conversations. I sent him this Mother so he could try it, and then he sent everything back up to me so I could do this video, and I think I'm going to have to buy one of these, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But so when we made the Mother Canteen Carrier, I made this with a lot of noise discipline in mind. So if the pockets are fully loaded and you've got the cup inside there, sometimes, and I've done this in other videos, it doesn't want to come straight out, right? If the pockets are really loaded, you want to come in at it at an angle and then get it inside, and then just give it a little twist and a little push, and it fits, and then just wiggle the heavy cover down inside there, and then it fits. Bikini strap goes over the top. In different videos, I've even shown you how you could have a 2-cup system. You could take another canteen cup and then put that over the top, and then if you use the jump strap from our strap kits, you can run the bikini strap over the top cup and then down to the bottom, and that's in a different video, right? So I've already shown a couple different videos on how you can fit this, because it is designed to be snug. And that's why I wanted to shoot this video, and thanks to Steve for sending me all this stuff so we can sit and talk about this. Because I know this canteen is out there now, and like I said, I've probably had 5, 6 different people either send me links from other companies. So that's why I know there's multiple companies, because it hasn't always been from the same company. Like, here's a picture from this company carrying it or that company carrying it. And again, that's not the point of the video. I just actually want to talk about this style because the design is not quite a real USGI. It's not rounded. This is a much more squared, boxy canteen, cup and canteen, and it's got multiple cups. So let me just, I'll put this right up here. Here, I'll just slide this over here. I guess I got to figure out how to use the truck office a little bit better for space.
Well, if it makes you feel better, it's out of frame.
It's out of frame. That's a technical term, learning it. It's out of frame. We're good. All right, so here, let's get some of these other things in frame. So this new canteen kit comes with 4 components, right? So you got a lid, right? Now that lid still fits. All right, Mighty Mouse, I'm going to try to do this stuff better than the last video. So if you look in the inside of the mother, on the back inside, there's a sleeve back there. Now that's designed for the canteen cup lid or a small stove, right? Some of the smaller stoves, you can see that just slides in there. It doesn't interfere with the interior space. All right, so here's what I wanted to talk about with this canteen. So I've tried this a couple different times, and when Steve sent this up there, he had everything packed up inside of it. And honestly, Steve, if you're watching this video, you got to comment and tell me how you did that, because your origami, you know, packaging Tetris skills are like mad. Like, I barely was able to get this out, right? So, and that's the point. So this all does fit inside the mother canteen carrier, but I think there's a certain way to do it. And if you don't do it this way, you're going to probably get frustrated. And that's just the honest to God's truth about things, right? So right now I've got a mother. I only got a little bit in the front pocket. I've got nothing in the side pockets. So here's my recommendation. If you are getting one of these new canteens, again, they're not as rounded as a normal USGI. These are a little bit more boxy. And as a result, that boxy shape eats up a lot more space. So as I've played with this, here's what I found out. This is just a recommendation. You don't have to do it this way. You do it however you do you, but this is how I would do it. I would take the small cup, right? You got that? So there's 2 cups, a small cup and a big cup. Right? Now, if you're a 2-cup type of person, which it makes sense. Blue Dog Scout, another shout out to him, you know, using that kind of some of the posts that, you know, that he's had on Instagram in the past. There's a lot, if you're going out there, that it does make sense to have 2 cups. It really does, right? So this is kind of taking that same German style, or what Blue Dog Scout was putting out on his Instagram feed. And I'm sure a lot of you other guys and gals already knew this stuff. But my recommendation is, whether the mother is full or empty, small cup is the only cup that you put on the inside, right? So same thing, you know, it always works better just get in the habit. I mean, this will fit coming straight in, but come in at a 90-degree angle, get it in there, and then just rotate it and push it down. It just works a million times better. So just go ahead and do that. Now whether you want the concave, convex to the front, however you want to do that, you can play around with that. It really doesn't matter as far as the interior space. But get that guy in there. So I've already got the, oh, hang on, I screwed up. Canteen cup lid. He goes into the back area, right back here. There's a back hidden sleeve back in there. Goes back inside there. By the way, don't forget, that's another place you could put the scabbard from a knife and then have a knife sticking up here. So that's another little storage space, another way you can use that storage space. So right now I've got the canteen cup and the small canteen cup and the lid inside of the mother, or inside of the MCC. So now I'm going to grab the canteen. So, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, kind of the origin story, when we made this, you know, I did have noise and light discipline in mind. You know, you didn't want some big thing flopping all over the place. And I get it, maybe some people do, but that's not my background, and that isn't how my brain thought when we were sitting down and doing this on a napkin. So I'm going to take the canteen cup, and as you can see, just like with the heavy cover, it just takes a little wiggle, right? And the reason that it takes a little wiggle is because it's titanium, so they both got this seam up here, like the heavy cover has it as well, where they're joining the layers of the titanium. So that can kind of get hung up a little bit on the binding tape. So just give it a little wiggle and a push. You're not going to damage anything. And so right now you can see, let me just do this. Bear with me, Mighty Mouse. Don't leave me. All right, so it's not full. I don't have a lot of material in the pockets. And you can see this actually rides a little bit lower than the heavy cover does. The neck is a little bit different, and that's a smaller cup down in there, and I don't have as much in the pockets, but the bikini strap still goes over the top, and the canteen fits in there very nicely. So that's just with the small cup and the regular canteen. And this is the reason I'm saying that, because if you put the large canteen in there, this is my opinion here, right? Again, you do you, but my opinion is this. Because if this was full, getting that small cup out is really easy, even if this was full, because it's the smaller cup, so there's less, you know, just think math. I'm fighting less material as I'm trying to turn my angles, right? This cup is, I mean, you can see that that cup is almost as, well, I guess as tall as the mother is wide. So getting that in there and getting that and then twisting it, it's a bear. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little pain in the ass. And I'll come back to that in a second. And this is where I'm gonna be very much interested and solicit your guys' feedback. So even though this is the same size, there's less material to fight with, right? I don't have this much more to deal with. So the angle is shorter, it's not as obtuse. Is that geometrically correct when I said it's not as obtuse, or am I being obtuse? All right, so put the small canteen cup in there, get the canteen itself, just give that a little wiggle, put that in there. All right, and you can see it's nice and flush. And it doesn't ride as high as the heavy cover or a standard USGI or even the Nalgene does, right? Rides a little bit lower. Then take your large cup and then nest that over the top, and that's why I mentioned Blue Dog Scout. Now this takes just a little bit of effort. There's not anything too major to it. You just kind of got to grab an edge, peel it, and then see, I'm just getting it started right now, and you can see the binding tapes coming around. This bail I'm gonna have to push in, but once I kind of get that bail inside the binding tape, you know, just grab a pull, you know, and then look how nice and snug that nest, right? That's the large cup on top of the canteen nesting inside of the small cup, and then still plenty of space for the bikini strap to come over the top and secure the whole kit and caboodle in place. All right, now I know some of you guys are right now saying, but hang on, Mark, if I'm doing that, then it's not easy access to my canteen. Totally acknowledge that, right? But this is a 2-cup system, and all I'm trying to point out is for this new canteen kit, and again, I know of 2 for a fact, and I think there's 2 others, so I think there's going to be at least 4, maybe 5 companies that are going to carry this at some point in time. That's the rumors I'm hearing. That's what some of the feedback from you guys. So if you already have a mother, or if you want to run the mother canteen carrier with this new kit, that's my recommendation right there, is to carry it this way, because then that's going to give you both canteen cups. And again, you do you. Some people don't want to carry both canteen cups. Some people do want to carry both canteen cups. Go to Blue Dog Scout on Instagram to see some pictures on how he runs his rig like that. It's actually a really good system. It makes a lot of sense to me, but we'll save that for another video. But now here's something I want to throw out there, right? So I think that kind of concludes it. You know, can you get the large canteen cup inside there? Yes, you can. Is it really tight? It definitely is, because mathematically this is more boxy and it's a little bit larger than what you get out of the heavy cover canteen or the standard USGI canteen or the Nalgene canteen and those standard nesting cups. This nesting cup and this canteen, the design of it, you know, makes it a little bit more, you know, because again, when I made this, I made it to be tight. I didn't want it to be sloshy and things falling around, and I made it a nice snug interior compartment. This guy's just a little bit big, but it definitely still works, right? So I wanted to prove that, because I had a couple people already asking, like, well, will it fit? And I'm like, well, until I get one in my hands, I don't know for certainty. So again, huge shout out to Steve from Illinois sending this up to me. And great guy. Some fun conversations as always with you guys. You know, you start off talking about one thing and the next thing you know, it's talking about aliens abducted JFK or some shit. You know, it's just always good stuff. So but anyway, so here's the proof positive it really does fit. Now here's where I'm going to kind of wrap this video up and see what you guys think about this. Because this new canteen is a little bit tight, you know, as a manufacturer, the guy developing this, you know, I've got to sit and look at this, you know, well, what do I do, right? Do I make this, you know, a slightly larger, you know, canteen carrier? Well, then, you know, like if you can imagine, I already have these designs, right? These templates, and, you know, and when we cut this, we're cutting these to the size, right? So, and we make these one at a time. So, you know, we're going off of a template, you know, but when we cut the material, we might cut the material for 10 of these at once. Okay, so if I start changing things and if I start adding a 1/2 inch here or a 1/4 inch there, then all that old material is wasted, and that's a lot. And I hate to say it, that's a lot of money. And for a small business owner, that's a lot of money. That's eggs or milk in my refrigerator. So the real question is, should we reconfigure and make another mother? Like, you know, and somebody made a joke. Okay, here's the first thing. Let's see what people think about this. Somebody said, yeah, just make another one, make it larger and call it the grandmother. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of corny. But, you know, I don't know. You know, we'll see. I don't think Mighty Mouse.
Mother-in-law.
Well, okay, but there's lots of jokes. Okay, but that was Mighty Mouse's idea. For the record, I did not say mother-in-law.
I'll take blame.
Yeah, but anyway, so the naming scheme aside, I am contemplating, and I've been contemplating for a while, of making a next size up mother canteen carrier anyway. So, you know, we'd have the regular MCC for all your USGI and your bottles and that kind of stuff. But I know this is another canteen kit that's very popular over, you know, in Europe, and this is the Crusader canteen kit, right? So because of the bales on this kit, this is also another one that's a little bit difficult to get into the actual MCC itself. So my thought is, well, if there's this new slightly larger, and again, I don't like to use the term USGI because I personally don't think it's truly USGI because it's more squared, but it has the same concepts and shapes. So let's just call this a USGI, right? But it's not like what Heavy Cover did, which is based off of a real USGI canteen, but it's very similar, right? But then you got the Crusader, which is, you know, the UK, very popular, and I get a lot of requests like, you know, or questions, will this fit inside the mother, or will you make one of these for the Crusader? And you know, and seriously, to, you know, all the guys and gals over there in Europe, you know, both the mainland and the island, UK, I know this is a popular canteen kit, you know, and the Germans got a very similar system, and so I've been kind of contemplating it anyway. So what do you guys think? Should we make a slightly larger version of the MCC? Call it something other than what Mighty Mouse just said. We'll come up with a better name, you know, and then make it so it more readily accommodates this new canteen kit. So you could have both cups together and the canteen on top of it, and you don't have to do this canteen cup on top of the canteen. But then it would also accommodate the Crusader canteen, which is, you know, for our European friends, you know, I know this is a very popular kit over in Europe. You know, cup, canteen, and then a boiling cup. So you got, you know, a cup for when you do your brew, you know, but then, you know, here's a cup that you can cook in and you can heat, and then you got the canteen itself. So, I mean, it's a very robust kit. I mean, and it's really nice. So I guess that's really kind of it. I just wanted to demonstrate and prove, right? So what did they say? You know, explanation, demonstration, practical application. So at least I gave you the explanation and demonstration. So the new canteen kit that's out there in the market does fit on the mother canteen carrier. I'll be the first person to say, but if you put both cups inside of there, good luck. I don't know how you even got them both in there, but this is the way to do it. After I played around with it just a little bit, it fits really nicely, and it's actually a really nice compact unit right there, and you still can put the pockets you can completely load out. But that got me thinking about the Crusader, and really just, you know, what do you boys and girls think? Should we make a slightly larger size? I mean, you know, again, as a manufacturer, you know, my biggest issue right now is, you know, I don't even have the labor to keep up with what we're doing as it is. You know, I'm having a really hard time trying to find, you know, qualified industrial sewers who can sew at the level that we require, and who want to make, you know, the money that's commensurate with people of that skill set. So, hey, on that note, if you live in the Twin Ports area, that's Superior, Duluth, Minnesota, or Superior, Wisconsin, do not hesitate to reach out to me. You know, maybe we've got a job for you, and maybe my stupid mug and my bad jokes wouldn't turn you off too much. You'd be like, you know, he's kind of a knucklehead, but I wouldn't mind working for that guy. But hey, reach out, seriously. But then on the other note, I really want to hear you guys, your thoughts. You know, what do you think? Should we make or contemplate making a larger size? We'll put in the naming convention to the side for right now, but yeah, I'd just be kind of curious to hear, especially for a lot of our European friends, you know, what do you guys think? You know, do you guys really run the Crusader, or are you guys, you know, doing a lot more? I mean, I see a lot of Europeans running the Heavy Cover. So, you know, just kind of curious what you guys think. And then, you know, this new canteen that's out there right now, you know, I guess, like I said, I think I've already had 4 or 5 people reach out to me about it. So I don't know how many people have this yet. Like I said, I know there's a couple different companies that are going to sell it. So we'll see. I don't want to like retweak everything But it's not a bad idea, and I've been thinking about doing it anyway with the Crusader for over the last year, so maybe this is that impetus, that kick in the butt that I need to really kind of contemplate it and then make it happen. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you found this video entertaining. Please excuse Mighty Mouse's comments. She knows not what she does. I don't know, did that even make sense? She knows what she did.
I'm a troublemaker.
Troublemaker. Yeah, that's what it is. She was trying to stir the pot there. So, all right. Hey, anyway, you know the deal. As always, reach out anytime. Questions, comments, email, phone call. I'll do the best I can to help you out. Last little plug. Great talking to people, you know, over the weekend about their upcoming orders and stuff. As always, you guys put a smile on my face, and it's really good, you know, to hear from you, the customers, and just take great pride in getting this stuff to you. And I get to start to live vicariously, you know, hearing about your trips or what you're doing in your adventures. So as always, reach out anytime. I'll do the best I can to help you out. All right, Mighty Mouse, we good?
I think we're good.
All right, we're good. All right, everybody, you be good too. Be good. Woo!